Well, it looks like Fizban is ready to spell it out for you.
Ted, do you mean as in new spells? I think you want to talk about Fizban's Treasury of Dragons and the new spells for 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm Nerdarchy Ted.
I'm Nerdarchy Dave. Welcome to Nerdarchy, for nerds, by nerds.
Well, let's see what Fizban's magic is all about.
Fizban's Treasury of Dragons, we have some new magic and new spells to look at. There are 7 new spells, and I think we've got like 3 or 4 pages worth.
Yeah, we got a few pages. They range from 2nd to 7th level spells. There's 7 of them. They range for all schools of magic except for divination.
And sadly enough, you don't get your favorite ritual spells.
No, there's no ritual spells. 5 of them do require concentration, so you are definitely not overlapping these ones.
So we got a couple spells for 2nd level. We have Nether's Mischief and Rhyme's Binding Ice.
3rd level, we have a Chardalon Stride. 4th, we've got Routhalim's Psychic Lance.
5th level, Summon Draconic Spirit.
6th level, we have Fizban's Platinum Shield.
And 7th level, Draconic Transformation.
So now, as you see, I've got my copy here. You know, in the ye old physical. Wizards of the Coast has sent us some, and that means that we've got these on the giveaway shelf. If you're kind of new to the channel, you might not realize, but if you sign up for the newsletter or support us on Patreon, you're going to get access to that monthly giveaway that we do and possibly win yourself one of these.
And also, hey, you can't wait till then. We will throw a link to Amazon in the description. It's an affiliate link. We get a small commission every time someone purchases through that link. It helps support the channel. If you don't have a local flags to support, you can support us instead. What's another way they can support us, Ted?
Well, as I kind of previously mentioned, if you support us over on Patreon, you get a number of cool things, but it allows us to keep making videos like this, as well as all of the awesome content over on nerdarchy.com.
As a special thank you, every month you'll receive 5e content for players and DMs alike. We're making magic items that we sometimes turn into print and play cards over there. We make feats, spells, races, subclasses, drop-in encounters, and so much more. You can find a link down in the description as well as in one of these cards up here to get a free download sampler of what we all have to offer over on Patreon.
So as we mentioned, there's going to be 7 new spells. We're not going to go over all of them. We're going to just pick our favorites and discuss those. So Dave, what is your pick?
So I went with a low-level spell, and I was actually kind of surprised you didn't take this one, because I know that you really liked this one when we did the UA, and that's Nether's Mischief. It's a 2nd level spell. Casting time is 1 action. It's got a range area 60 feet, 20-foot cube. The components are somatic and material. Duration is 1 minute. Is concentration. It's an illusion spell. There is no attack or save, and the damage effect is charmed. You fill a 20-foot cube you can see within range with Fey and Draconic magic. Roll on the Mischievous Surge table to determine the magical effect produced, and roll again at the start of each of your turns until the spell ends. You can move the cube up to 10 feet before you roll. So we have our Mischievous Surge table. It's only a D4. Number 1 is Smell of Apples fill the air, and each creature in the cube must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw or become charmed by you until the start of your next turn. Number 2, bouquets of flowers appear all around, and each creature in the cube must succeed on a Dexterity saving throw or be blinded until the start of your next turn as the flowers spray water in their face. Very clown-like. Number 3, each creature in the cube must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw or begin giggling until the start of your next turn. A giggling creature is incapacitated and uses its movement to move in a random direction. Number 4, drops of molasses hover in the cube, making it difficult terrain until the start of your next turn. One of the material components for this is a piece of crust from an apple pie, and you can get access to this if you're a bard, sorcerer, or a wizard.
So I really dig that spell, and I seriously did consider putting that on the list. There's a lot of flavor. There's a lot of fun. It's a low-level spell, so I think it's going to get a lot of use. Looking at that spell, there is nothing funnier than seeing like the straight-laced, goth hero type, anti-hero kind of dude, fail to save and have to giggle for their turn. They're not going to be able to live that one day.
Or being sprayed in the face with the flowers. There's a lot of great stuff. I feel like this spell, like all of my pixies and fairy dragons now will have to have.
100%. It's going to be a solid choice for a lot of them. But I decided to go in a different direction, only a little bit higher. I went with 3rd level, a Chardalon Stride. Casting time, a bonus action, range self, verbal somatic, concentration up to a minute. The billowing flames of a dragon blast from your feet, granting you explosive speed. For the duration, your speed increases by 20 feet, and moving doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. When you move within 5 feet of a creature or an object that isn't being worn or carried, it takes 1d6 fire damage from the trail of heat. A creature or object can take this damage only once during a turn. At higher levels, when you cast a spell using a spell slot of 4th level or higher, increase your speed by 5 feet for each spell level above 3rd, and the spell deals an additional 1d6 fire damage for each spell slot above 3rd. So this one has, movement ability. It has, damage abilities. It's rather light on things, but I think there's some very fun things that I think this is going to wind up seeing when used in kind of like a town or city, like an urban environment. So like I was looking at this very much from a villainous perspective of someone doing this and causing utter havoc in town.
Well, there's a couple things too, like as far as one, it's a bonus action to cast, which makes it super useful. So, depending on, what kind of character you're playing, you could still cast cantrips if you wanted to, or do other things with your action, or you could just dash at this point and like run around the battlefield as close to as many enemies as possible and do damage to a bunch. There's no saving throw; it's just they take the damage.
Indeed,
you don't draw attacks of opportunity.
Correct.
So so that is super useful as well. So it has that utility to it. So I think it works out pretty good. It's not quite as good as haste in some regards, but it gives you access to other things.
Now imagine someone casting this who happens to be a rogue or a monk that can dash as a bonus action on subsequent turns, and they are just straight up running throughout a town, setting everything and everyone on fire.
Yeah, so whether you're talking about using, all 3 actions to just move so that you can just come near a bunch of things and set things on fire, or you could dash and still get your regular actions as well. So there's a lot of potential there.
So that's what I was looking at. The utter havoc that could play out. I think Mathere's Mischief is going to be a lot more fun, but I think if used correctly, a Chardalon Stride could really sow utter chaos in that urban environment.
And also, tactically, right? Like if you're playing I think it's Order of the Scribe, Wizard, or your sorcerer with the right meta magic, you can then also change that damage type, so it doesn't have to be fire either. Depending on what what you're trying to accomplish and what you want to do.
Yeah, I would completely agree. But there's definitely a lot of fun spells if you want to summon a dragon or do psychic damage. They cover a wide array of draconic abilities with just these 7 small spells, but a lot of fun. Looking forward to seeing how they get played and used in D&D.
Question is, which spells are you most looking forward to using? Do you like them? Do you hate them? Share your thoughts and ideas down below in the comments with the Nerdarchy community.
While you're down there, don't forget to do all those fun things that make YouTube and Nerdarchy happy. Like, share, subscribe, even go ahead and ring that notification bell.
Just a quick reminder, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we drop new videos here on the channel. Come on back, but you can't wait till then, no problem. Check out up here one of these cards, Fizban's Treasury of Dragons, Draconic Feats.
So until next time, stay nerdy.